Welcome to Bears in Exile. Today is Monday, February 6th, and this is the market overview. Looking at the Dow, SPX, VIX, TNA, UUP, FXE, GLD, SLV, XOY, GE, XLF, and CompQ. Sounds pretty good to me. So, a pretty boring day in the market overall. Just a slow melt up all day long. Yesterday we had the giant green candle getting outside the upper Bollinger Band. We were expecting a down to side move to get back within it, and that is what happened, just by a hair, really. When it opened up today, it was down okay, but it was kind of disappointing, the amount that it had. Big candles. Uh, Resistance is at the middle and at the bottom or the top, depending on which direction you're coming from. And it almost got to the middle and backed away from it. So that is a bullish sign for the moment. And certainly the melt up, in and of itself, was also a bullish sign. We still have the indicators locked in the upright position. Stochastics going up. 14-day RSI moving average going up. CCI going up. RSI bucking the trend a little bit, but it's still an overbought. It's still high. And it looks like we're getting the bullish cross on the MACD. MACD histogram, of course, ticking up to 0. So, all in all, not bad for the bulls. No indication on the short-term moving averages of downtick as of yet. So, hey, up, up, up. SPX. Ooh, look at that. Got a little nobody hanging man outside the upper Bollinger Band, warning sign. Tiny bit of excessive separation, nothing major. Maybe a tiny bit of wobble, nothing major. And just like the Dow, everything pointing up. Actually, the MACD and the histogram ticking better than the Dow, although we have the CCI and the RSI trying to tick down here, actually getting a slight downtick. But 14-day RSI moving average, stochastics, all pointing up. Just not too much to talk about there. Yeah. Here's the interesting one. Dow and SPX closed at their highs. The VIX was closing near its highs. It should not be doing that. That is in disagreement with the major indexes. Notice it bounced exactly, essentially at the same point as Friday. Very interesting. We have a side tick here. We don't have an uptick in the short-term moving averages as of yet, but still a really decent showing on the VIX today. Yes, it's red. Yes, it's a hammer, but regardless, not too bad. 14-day RSI moving average, though, ticking down, along with the stochastics, along with the RSI. Histogram and histogram's ticking up, MACD's going sideways, and CCI is up. Very, very mixed picture in the VIX. And, if this is going to have any hope at all, it really has to reclaim 20. It did that for part of a day on the 30th, and just totally fell apart after that. Maybe it'll have another go at it. We just don't know yet. Obviously, a hammer isn't the end-all for a reversal, so this nice, very shapely hammer is not a reason to go short. Okay, how about XOI? Yeah, it sounds like a good time. Yeah, look at that. When oil is bullish, the market is bullish, getting right up to the upper Bollinger Band once again. Sideways on the 14-day RSI moving average, which is interesting. Stochastics on the way up, CCI on the way up. Regular RSI ticking down. Uptick on the histogram, uptick on the MACD, getting the bullish cross. So looking for an uptick here on the 14-day, but yeah, it is stubbornly going sideways, which is kind of interesting to me. TNA. Yep. Remember we were talking about being completely outside the upper Bollinger Band and that it would need to go down or sideways to get back inside. It did that with a little miniaturized spinning top. We do have a little bit of excessive separation here in the short-term moving averages, and it is going to be natural to go in for a retest of the 200-day moving average, which is at 57.5 roundabout. So we just have to see how long this melt up is going to continue, and it's showing no signs of abating. 14-day RSI moving average still pointing up, still ticking up. Stochastic sticking with it, CCI ticking down. We had noted that it was just incredible how high it was. Histogram ticking up, MACD ticking up, RSI ticking down slightly, still very, very high. Oh, CompQ. Yeah, same thing. Way outside the upper Bollinger Band, had to get back inside of it. It did. We have a little bit of excessive separation. Downtick on the CCI, downtick on the RSI, very slightly. Side tick on the histogram, uptick on the MACD, uptick on the 14-day RSI moving average. Stochastic staying high with it. Very strong. No ifs, ands, or buts. UUP. Yeah, look at that. Started up nice and just sunk the whole day. How about that? Long-term moving averages, you notice that they are almost completely gone. So once those are gone, whoo, this should really, by the book, should really be able to accelerate to the downside, which is not a good sign for the bears. There are some curious things in here, though. 14-day RSI moving average still ticking down. Been watching it this whole time, and it is almost getting to oversold. Now it can get in there, stay there. Stochastics are trying to do whatever they're trying to do with each other, but weak uptick on the CCI, uptick on the RSI, oversold. Notice the histogram sloping up, and the MACD itself still ticking down. That's interesting to me, but still, no signs of real strength in the dollar at this time, and not too much to work with. That's just what it is. FXE, we've been talking about how it is staying inside of the long-term moving averages and should have got stuck there when it was going in. And the curious part is when does it break to one side or the other? Had a very nice positive day. Long-term moving averages are still holding tough through all of this. Yeah, they're taking a lot of damage, but still able to contain the price. 14-day RSI moving average still ticking up. Stochastics just like UUP, but inverse. Mixed. Downtick on the CCI, downtick on the RSI. Sloping down on the histogram. MACD still ticking up. Oh, XLF. Yeah, how about that one? Financials. Way outside the upper Bollinger Band. Moved inside to get back inside the upper Bollinger Band. You can see the excessive separation here. There is a problem. There is a bubble. Seems to have gotten ahead of itself, but it can push this back if it really wants to. 14-day RSI moving average still ticking up along with the stochastics. Downtick on the CCI. Uptick on the RSI. Interesting. Uptick on the histogram. Uptick on the MACD. People are gambling on banks right now. Just what it is. GLD, the second VIX. Yep. Gap down slightly. Caught itself, ended with a little miniaturized spinning top. The downtick has resolved itself today. That's done. This bubble is finished. This bubble is fixed. 14-day RSI moving average still ticking up. Stochastics trying to go down. Down on the CCI, down on the RSI, down on the histogram, down on the MACD. So we're into the famous push-pull at the moment. Fear is decreasing and the dollar is decreasing, so it should be going down and it should be going up. Little miniaturized spinning top makes sense to me. Regardless, this is still really strong. Notice that we have a flat line in the long-term moving averages. We still have the middle Bollinger Band below the candle, so we could get some expansion in the long-term moving averages and have something to catch this and something for it to bounce off of. So no real weakness at the moment in gold, in my opinion. Had a bubble corrective move, and now we have to see exactly what it does next. SLV. Yep, we had that downtick on Friday. It has not resolved itself just below 32. And very similar to gold with the exception of the slow stochastic, which is going sideways instead of pointing down, and the RSI, which is going sideways, not pointing down. Everything else identical. There is simply no fear at the moment. There definitely is complacency. And the question is going to be, when does news come out of Europe that shakes the market, up or down? Most people would think that it is down, but you never ever know for sure. Very interested in this floor in the VIX that was touched twice in the last 2 days, and if that were to break, woof, oh boy, that'll be really ugly for the Bears. But we shall see. Looking in the longer term with the VIX, a previous really good low would be just shy of 15. So if it decides to do that, then it decides to do that. But very, very interesting. As always, all investing decisions are your own. This chart and video are for entertainment, educational, and consumption of time purposes only. I wish there was more to show tonight, but there just wasn't too much to really go off of today. Have a nice night.